All right, thank you all for being here on this historic day for Lindenwood University. We'd like to ask that you all hold questions until after the press conference. We'll make these representatives available to the media. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce our host for the event. He's a product of St. Charles High School and a proud Lindenwood alum. Please welcome home the Emmy Award-winning host of MLB The Network, Greg Amsinger.
Thank you, everyone. What a day, huh? What a day. I graduated from Lindenwood in 2001. So 25 years ago, I stepped foot on this campus for the first time. I never could have dreamt a day like this would be here, and it would be a reality. My career has taken me throughout sports, and I've been at MLB Network now for 13 years. I love baseball, obviously, so I'll get this out of the way. I don't know when the lockout's going to end, okay? I don't. But I'm sure I'll get a couple of those questions later. Before I went to MLB Network, I was the first anchor nationally for college sports television, CSTV, which was later purchased by CBS. I don't think they really wanted me to be the host. I had a really good audition, but the reason they didn't want it was because they wanted to put where you went to school underneath your name. It was college sports television. So I was the only broadcaster that was initially hired that did not attend a Division I school. And so many people would come up to me like, what is Lindenwood? What is Lindenwood everywhere I went? Now, they're gonna know what Lindenwood is. I always knew the facilities here were special. I always knew that. And now we all see as we sit in this beautiful Highland Arena. For more on what this campus is about now, I want to turn things over to this big screen. Pay attention to that. Lindenwood grad and voice of the St. Louis Cardinals, Dan McLaughlin, gives us a closer look at this athletic powerhouse. Watch this.
Has been committed to growth. As the second oldest institution west of the Mississippi, we began as a humble boarding school. Now, we are thousands of students strong, producing leaders in the country's top industries. Mirroring the growth of our school has been the growth of our sports programs.
Have made the final step. Lindenwood is now a national champion.
At the apex of our ambition lies a goal to compete at the highest level. We took our first step towards making Lindenwood a household name when we made the jump to NCAA Division II in 2013. A decade later, we are set to take another. We believe the time is now to dream big, to demand more, and to achieve what we haven't before. Soon, we will don our colors at the Division I level, competing as the newest member of the Ohio Valley Conference. Though this transition will be challenging, its transformational impact on the university as a whole will be felt for years to come. The increased visibility of our brand through Division I athletics will help us showcase our incredible academic programs, faculty, and student-centered education here in St. Charles, Missouri. It will demonstrate how Lindenwood is a destination for future college students, hoping to adapt to an ever-changing world, build a strong platform for themselves, and pridefully engage others within our community. Lindenwood stands tall on a strong foundation, built by generations of Lions before us. The groundwork was laid by individuals from all over the world, creating a beast that is ready for any challenge. With this relentless approach to becoming the best, we are determined to develop the leaders of tomorrow by building the champions of today.
Thank you to Dan McLaughlin for voicing that over. A day like this does not happen without true leadership, and that is what Lindenwood University has. This man is a visionary, and I am honored to call him my friend. He's the 23rd president of Lindenwood University, Dr. John Porter, everyone.
Well, thank you so much, Greg. How exciting it is to have an alum here, but certainly an outstanding alum that has been so successful out there in the world, in the broadcasting world, and seeing him on MLB Network. Matter of fact, I was just telling the story to our commissioner that, I don't know, several months back when Greg was hosting, he was doing a live show. He had a great suit on, and I texted him like in the middle of the show. I said, "Man, Greg, that's a great suit." It was only 2 minutes later. He said, "Hey, I appreciate that." I'm like, "You're live TV. How are you doing this?" But anyways, it was a compliment, but it really was. Well, good morning, members of the Board of Trustees, President's Council, friends and neighbors of St. Charles community, distinguished faculty and staff, and our Lindenwood University students. Thank you for being here today on this momentous occasion. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to Beth DeBush, Commissioner of the Ohio Valley Conference, and the members of the OVC team joining us here this morning. Today marks an exciting new chapter in the legacy of Lindenwood University, and this is a milestone moment. I am pleased to announce, after thorough review and with the approval of the Board of Trustees, that Lindenwood University will move forward with the formal process to reclassify from Division II to Division I NCAA athletics. Our colleagues have been hard at work for the last 5 months to determine the viability of this decision. We conducted internal financial analysis and engaged the Collegiate Sports Associates for an external study on our behalf. As the university works towards our strategic outcomes, 12,000 students, top-of-mind brand, $165 million in revenue, and 100 new partners, the process to reclassify to Division I supports each of these outcomes. This transition has the potential to drive enrollment, raise university visibility, and make Lindenwood a desired location for improved community engagement. And this reclassification helps distinguish Lindenwood University in our region. Reclassification has positive impacts for our student athletes, coaches, and athletic staff. But on a larger scale, this move bolsters the bright future ahead of Lindenwood University and complements our Destination Lindenwood Accelerator. At its core, Destination Lindenwood seeks to transform the university, the city of St. Charles, into a welcoming and engaging college town. We are working to make the city a go-to destination for cultural, civic, and athletic events that attract student interest, community and corporate support, and love and appreciation for our Lions. This move helps us as we progress towards a more prosperous future as a university. Increased scholarships will help us fill our classrooms with a more socioeconomically diverse student body and provide opportunities that we cannot currently offer. NCAA Division I media partnerships will broadcast our name on a larger scale than ever before through more outlets and to larger audiences. We will fill a need in the St. Louis market and give back to the surrounding community in profound ways. We are fortunate to have the members of our St. Charles community and corporate ecosystem here with us today, representing organizations like Boeing and the St. Charles School District, and those who contribute to society through public service, commercial development, and medical research. These partnerships are critical to the work we do at Lindenwood. And our work is mutually beneficial for the city. Events like our homecoming game and youth sports clinic are strengthened when we work together. My thanks to the many members of our campus community who have worked on this project for 5 months. Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Brad Walkler, and a team of colleagues from across campus have invested incredible time as we move towards making this a reality for Lindenwood. There is no small undertaking. This is no small undertaking. We are ready to embrace the road ahead and are destined for success. Our university values of dedication and teamwork are essential as we navigate this new chapter and work towards this goal together. Lindenwood's bold vision for the future relies on the contributions of our student athletes in the classroom, on the competitive fields and courts of play, and in our community. As our teams prepare to join the Ohio Valley Conference and affiliate conferences, and as we move forward to compete at NCAA Division I level, I am confident that the best is yet to come. Thank you, and go Lions.
You know, John will always talk about his team. He deflects praise all the time. I congratulated him when I found out, and I was so thrilled. And all he kept talking about was his team. I've got a great team. He does. One of the key members of that team is Brad Walkler. This is a man that the first time I met him, we were watching a football game together, the Lindenwood football game, and you would have thought he was the defensive coordinator. He was so passionate about what was going on in that game. I love that he has a passion for this campus and this school. He's the vice president of intercollegiate athletics, and give him a round of applause. Brad.
What a remarkable day for Lindenwood University. I do want to thank Greg as well for being here. Greg actually chose to tape his show for MLB Network a day earlier just so he could catch a flight to get out here in time to MC this event. So that is a remarkable dedication for a man who has a very demanding schedule. But when I did talk to Greg, this was just my assumption, is you seem like more excited about this than anything you've ever done in your entire life. I love it. So, absolutely. Yeah. So, no, we really appreciate you being here, Greg. And I'm just going to ad-lib for just a second because I thought it was pretty cool as I was sitting here thinking about it. My 15-year-old son came up to me last night. He's like, Dad, you're never going to believe it. EA Sports is coming out with college football in 2023. I said, you know what? Pretty cool, because Lindenwood's going to have a team on EA college football. So I thought it was pretty cool. So over the last 10 years, our trajectory has continued to rise. We have had incredible competitive success on the field of play. We've rose to prominence in the classroom with over a 3.3 cumulative GPA, received multitude of national academic accolades, and have served the community very, very well. We now have 29 NCAA sport programs, 650 plus student athletes, plus another 21 student life sport programs. So if you're doing the math, that's over 50 total sports and 1,300 plus student athletes. We are by far one of the largest athletic departments in the country, and we're very proud of the success we've had. With our growth and success, there is no better time than now to make the jump to NCAA Division I, so that we may compete at the highest level of college sports with like-minded institutions. As Dr. Porter mentioned, today is a culmination of months of exploration and planning. It was critical to build a sustainable and successful model as we make this very important transition. We spent time vetting this model with various groups around campus. It was important to solicit feedback, questions, and comments to ensure we consider all the factors in our methodology. So in no uncertain terms, we are not making this jump just to be a part of this esteemed group. Rather, we will be nationally relevant, and we will compete for championships. But just as important, our coaches, student athletes, staff will continue to serve as great ambassadors to this university, and we will be an asset to the region in which we live. I also want to acknowledge and thank Beth DeBush for being here today. The Ohio Valley Conference is a perfect partnership for Lindenwood as we make this transition. They fall well within our geographic footprint. This will allow us to build natural rivalries and create an easy pathway for our fans and our families to attend road games. They also focus intently on the student-athlete experience, which is and always will be the most important thing for Lindenwood athletics. Dr. Porter and I had the privilege of sitting with the Ohio Valley Conference presidents a couple weeks back, and we were both struck at the collegiality of that group in such a short period of time. So I can say that we are both really excited for the opportunity to work with our new colleagues in the Ohio Valley Conference. I would also like to thank the GLVC for providing us with a conference home for the last 3 years. Although our stay was short, we really enjoyed the relationships that we've built and the memories that we've made while a member of one of the most successful Division II conferences in the country. Lastly, and this is by far the most important, I would like to acknowledge our staff, because they are the incredible leaders that work tirelessly as advocates for our sport programs and student athletes. I am always amazed at how hardworking and dedicated this group is in all that they do, and I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is the right group to lead us through this very difficult yet fruitful transition. So I didn't ask anybody to do this, but I'm going to just ask for our staff, all of our staff, support staff, head coaches, assistant coaches, if you could just please rise, and so we can recognize all your great accomplishments. The other benefit of having a lot of sport programs is it's a lot of seat fillers too. So I'm really proud of all of our coaches, all of our staff, and everything that they bring to Lindenwood. So I would like to end by saying thank you. Thank you for celebrating with us today in this transformational moment for Lindenwood University. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for the future of what this great university is going to show you as we move down this path. From both a Division I standpoint, but just from an academic standpoint, what we're going to do in this region, throughout the nation and across the world. So I'm so excited for what the future holds.
Brad, thank you for that. This is a great partnership, and the OVC is a terrific conference. Beth DeBush took over as the commissioner in 2009 of the OVC. She's accomplished so much since then. Expanded the conference to 12-member institutions. She negotiated the largest national media contract in league history that impacts all of you on this campus. She's excited to bring Lindenwood into the fold. Give her a big round of applause right now.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for the warm welcome here. It is my distinct pleasure on behalf of the Ohio Valley Conference membership to welcome Lindenwood University as our newest member, our 24th member in our 74-year history. It is truly a joyous day for our conference family and a day of significance, not only for Lindenwood, but for the Ohio Valley Conference, because together we will be better than we ever have been before. It really is a day that marks a change in our future, and again, a stronger partnership making the OVC and Lindenwood better. Days like today, seems like they were just a few short months that we were talking about this transition, but it is a long process. It's the contributions of so very many people in this room that have led to this point. It also indicates the development, the transformation of this institution, and also of the Ohio Valley Conference. So it's the time that's right. It's the time that has come. I definitely want to thank Dr. Porter and his leadership team for the thoughtful and deliberate way in which they've approached this study of membership transition. There are schools that can raise their hand and say, we want to be Division I, but there isn't the thought behind it. There's been a consistency and thought, a commitment to make sure that this decision aligns with the strategic plan, and it's the right decision for this institution, but most importantly for the student athletes. And with that thorough review and thought, certainly we've gotten to this point in time. The Ohio Valley Conference is also very deliberate in its approach to membership. As I said, we've been together for a long period of time as a league, and we want members that will be with us, that are sustaining members that contribute. The more work we did, the more we worked with Lindenwood and studied all the tremendous things that were going on campus. Our Board of Presidents knew that this was the right decision for the league. As they looked at Lindenwood, there were a number of factors that really struck the board. The strong leadership that we've seen and we've talked about here today from President Porter and his team, and Brad has been tremendous. A consistency in vision. There's been a clear vision that athletics needs to support the broader institution. A warmth and spirit. From the first opportunity I had to interact with Brad and Dr. Porter, it was obvious these are good people that are going to fit into the conference immediately upon joining. a commitment to student athletes. It's apparent from the first opportunity to meet the leadership team, to be on campus. There is a strong conviction that athletics needs to support the mission of these students and to serve them, and that they'll learn lessons for life that are so very important. There are some obvious attributes as well. What a beautiful campus, what wonderful facilities, and certainly then the geographic alignment within the Ohio Valley Conference that makes such complete sense. When things are supposed to happen, they usually fall into place, and this is one of the decisions that was just absolutely meant to happen. So I say to you, it was with great support that the Board of Presidents for the Ohio Valley Conference extended the invitation. We are absolutely delighted that there has been a decision to join the Ohio Valley Conference. I thank the leadership team, I thank the board for this decision. We are so honored and humbled that you would put your faith in us as you go through this transition to make sure that it's a good transition. Now, from an OVC standpoint, and I know we have some student athletes here and some coaches, you know of us, but you may not truly know us. Just a few brief points. We've been around since 1948. We've been founded by schools on the Ohio River Valley. We now cover 6 states. You fit perfectly in the footprint of this league. We have another school in Missouri, in southeast Missouri, and we have a school across the river in SIUE Edwardsville. So you'll have some partners and some good rivals. We're a league that has bold leadership. We are led by presidents and have strong ADs. We were one of the first conferences to break the racial barrier. We've been very supportive of women's rights, and in fact, I was one of the first female commissioners ever hired, so I'm certainly glad for that. We are a leader in sportsmanship, the first conference to have a sportsmanship statement, and just yesterday, we announced a new FCS football model. So you are coming to a league that is not afraid of bold leadership, and I know you'll fit right in that regard. We are also a league that cares dearly about our students. And I will tell you that we have a strategic plan that's unique for an athletics conference. It is focused on student athletes, but also focused on community, making sure that we establish a community in this conference that supports and nurtures our student athletes. A community within this conference that supports one another. Again, good rivalries, but supportive institutions. A community that gives back, and a community that allows our student athletes to achieve all that they can so they too can be contributing members of their local communities once they graduate. I promise you on behalf of the Ohio Valley Conference, we will do our best to make a smooth transition. We will stand with open arms to welcome you to this league, hear from you, learn from you, grow with you, and lastly, make you very proud that you can say you're a member of the Ohio Valley Conference community and the Ohio Valley Conference family. So again, I thank you for your faith in us, and we look forward to growing together.
Thank you very much, Beth. Thank you for that. This is, again, truly a historic day for this university and for the league. For more on how it impacts this campus, here's the Dean of Plaster College of Business, Molly Hudgens, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. As Greg mentioned, and welcome and thank you for being here, my name is Molly Hudgens, and I'm the Dean of the Plaster College of Business and Entrepreneurship. I am also very proud to be the chair of Lindenwood's Athletic Advisory Committee. As both Dr. Porter and Brad said before me, this is a really exciting day to be a Lion. We are eager to make the transition to Division I and to become a member of the Ohio Valley Conference. This is going to broaden experiences for our students, and I am really honored to be part of the leadership that brings Lindenwood University into this new era. I was very fortunate to be part of the team that helped transition Lindenwood from the NAIA to NCAA Division II from 2010 to 2013. Our move to Division II brought new outstanding opportunities, not just on the playing fields and on the courts, but for this entire university. The NCAA platform opened doors for Lindenwood to increase its academic reputation, to expand its campus, and to create new avenues for student engagement. There is no doubt that Lindenwood's move to Division I has the potential to allow Lindenwood to reach even more great new heights. The advantages and the opportunities that will develop through our connection with the Ohio Valley Conference and with all of our other Division I partners are endless. Last fall, Lindenwood actually welcomed a new graduate student to our campus. Maya LaFleur is sitting over there. And many of you may not know this, but Maya actually joined the Lindenwood family through the NCAA Ethnic Minority and Women's Internship Grant. She's not only here at Lindenwood earning her MBA degree, but Maya is gaining real-world experience as she rotates in an internship throughout our athletics department. Opportunities such as the one that Maya has gotten, and opportunities for our other student athletes and all of us throughout academics at this university are only going to grow as we make this move. It's such a positive step for us. As Dr. Porter mentioned, Brad and his team, all of our staff, all of our coaches, even our student athletes, have already invested a tremendous amount of work on this project. I will say thanks to all of you again. There is more work to be done, but now you have an entire campus community who is excited to support you, who's excited to support our university, our move to D1, and as always, we're excited to support our student athletes. Thank you, and go Lions.
Once again, I'm honored to be here. As a graduate of this school, it's always cared about this university. We've got passionate students here that are going to show us the pride of Lindenwood. We're going to mingle for a while. We really want to thank all the media members that have showed up for this major day here in St. Charles, Missouri, which I think is another major aspect we need to remind you of. St. Charles is impacted by this immensely. And I grew up here, went to high school at St. Charles, so it's wonderful for the entire community. Again, I thank all of you, the great team here at Lindenwood. Thank you for coming out. They'll be available. All of us will be available for any interviews you need to do. But again, go Lions. Another round of applause for joining the OVC.